What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. King and Queen of the Ring is this Saturday, and I want to give you guys my predictions for the card that we will be getting um on Saturday, and who do I think is going to win these matches, and ultimately what do I think some of these storylines could pretty much lead to in the coming weeks and the coming months and stuff like that. So I want to give you guys my opinions and stuff like that. But comment down below, let me know your predictions for King and Queen of the Ring. Who do you guys have winning? Leave it on the down in the comment section down below. But we're gonna get into it with the first of two King or with two pretty much tournaments. We have the King of the Ring. Now we did see Gunther um win over Jey Uso last night, and they had a hard hitting match. These two definitely put on a great match for sure. Um, and pretty much Gunther won by making Jey Uso pass out. He didn't tap, so they made him make sure he looked strong even in defeat, which is something that I think a lot of people wanted. At the same time, I didn't think Gunther was going to win only because I thought for a fact or probably Sheamus probably was going to get involved based on what's been happening, and that would have cost Gunther the match, and then ultimately allowing Jey to pick up the victory and move on to the finals. But that's not the way they want to go with it. But I'm not mad about it. If it wasn't going to be Jey, I'm happy with Gunther. Gunther has definitely been one of the better parts of the show, especially with his in-ring work. He has always been putting on great matches with everybody he seems to come across. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what he does in the finals at King and Queen of the Ring. Now on the SmackDown side, we haven't had, and we don't know who we know the final, which will be Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga. Now we don't know who has won that match, but I'm going to make a bold prediction and say Randy Orton will win over Tama Tonga, and this will lead to Randy Orton versus Gunther in the King of the Ring finals. And when we have that match, let me tell you, that match is going to be absolutely fire. So you should be definitely tuning in because I know that match is really going to be good. Um, Randy's definitely going to give Gunther a run for his money, but I do think when it's all said and done, Gunther will become your new king of the ring. I do think they're going the route of having him, build himself being in that main event category with all the other people because if you think about it, the world title right now is definitely going to be heavily involved around numerous wrestlers, and we can kind of see that already. You have Drew, you have potentially Gunther being in the mix, you have CM Punk, you have Damian Priest, the world heavyweight champion. And you probably can have Jey Uso probably around that as well. You're gonna have Seth Rollins when he comes back. You're gonna have a lot of people um around that World Heavyweight Championship over the next couple coming months and stuff like that. So I do think this would be a way to kind of help elevate Gunther to ultimately go after the world title because he did say once he did win King of the Ring, his motivation is to challenge for a championship, and I do think that will be the world heavyweight title. Now I don't know when he would challenge, but I would say maybe like a Money in the Bank or something because I think they're already kind of setting up things for Clash, that being Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the main event, which is speculated to be the main event of that show. So I do think that if he's not going to be in the world heavyweight championship for Gunther, I can honestly see him doing something with Sheamus and kind of continuing that feud and everything like that. But I'm sorry, I'm from kind of rambling. I just want to put that out there. But I do think um, Gunther will become your new King of the Ring. Now we're looking at now from the King of the Ring to the Queen of the Ring. Now we saw Lyra Valkyria win over Io Sky last, and then that was a shock. I didn't see that happening. I thought Io was going to win. Now this right here is going to play into one of the other matches that I'm going to be talking about later on. So in this match, who do I think is going to win? Now, we already know Lara Vector, she's going to the finals. She's going to be at King and Queen of the Ring this year. She's going to be in the finals. Now, on the SmackDown side, we don't know, similar to how the men's, we don't know who is going to advance to the finals. Now, the finalists for that on the SmackDown side is Bianca Belair and Nia Jax. I do think Nia Jax will win because I think they want to have that babyface heel dynamic at the at the show. I think they want to have that heel versus face dynamic. I don't think they want to have a face versus face dynamic. They could, but I don't think Bianca necessarily needs to win here. You can do other things with her and advance her being tag team champion, because now that they have actual competitors that's going to be in the hunt for those tag titles after last night, with the number one contenders being crowned in Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So you could continue building that feud up, potentially going for the titles and stuff like that in the near future. So I do think Nia Jax will win here, and I think Nia Jax will become your queen of the ring. I don't think Lyra Valkyria will win. I think she just was. This is pretty much her, almost her coming out party, I would say, on the main roster. People getting accustomed to what she can be and how good she can really be and everything like that. So this is, they're doing something good with her. I will give the WWE props for that, for pushing like up and coming talent from NXT, because we really don't get to see that much. So I do think for as far as I'm concerned, um I do think Nia Jax will become your queen of the ring, and I can see a situation um where Damage Control does get involved and helps Nia Jax, kind of screwing over Lara Valkyria in the process. I can see a situation like that happening. And this is also going to play as a factor into the next match we're going to be talking about, which is Becky Lynch defending the Women's World Championship against none other than Liv Morgan. Now, like I said, I do think something's going to happen, and I feel like what's going to happen is they're setting up different feuds for like Valkyria, and I think the same thing can be said for Becky Lynch. I think they're setting up other feuds for these women in the coming months. Now, who do I think is going to win this match? I'm going to say Liv Morgan becomes your new Women's World Champion. I feel like we she has to win, because I think with a lot of the people that turn heel, right, that you want to establish them right away. You want to cement them in a big way. And a lot of the times they kind of tend to be hit or miss. But I think for Liv Morgan, she needs to win, because I think if she doesn't, then I feel like this whole revenge tour and the thing that she's been doing won't be taken serious anymore. I don't think people are going to buy in or take her serious as this new heel character if she does not get the win. Now, can they get away with having Becky win and doing something to where it keeps Liv Morgan looking strong to where they can do another match? Absolutely. But I do think Liv Morgan will become your new Women's World Champion, because like I said, they're setting up other feuds, and I think one of the feuds that they're going to be setting up is Becky and Lyra Valkyria tag teaming, going up against Damage Control. I can see that being one of the feuds that you have post King and Queen of the Ring. That's a feud that I think they're going to be setting up. I think with Becky's promo that she had a couple weeks ago, where she was putting over numerous women's wrestlers in the WWE. I think and then I think what's something that's going to be happening is we already know Damage Control consists of Dakota Kai, Io, Kyrie, and Asuka when she is healthy. That's 4 women. And I can see a situation where Becky, she starts her own type of faction, because I know that's been alluded to numerous times over the last couple of weeks. She starts her own faction to rival Damage Control, consisting of none other than Lyra Valkyria, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn, to go up against Damage Control. I think that right there could be something that Becky Lynch can do and sink her teeth into and help elevate more women to get them to the next level. I think that's kind of the role that not Liv, but Becky is starting to transition into being, is this character to where she's pretty much putting over the next young talent and helping them elevate themselves to that next level. And I think that starts with Liv Morgan becoming the Women's World Champion. You look at their history, like a lot of stuff that Becky said is true. I mean, Liv has come up short in a lot of these big time matches where it's all or nothing, where the title's on the line. A lot of stuff is at stake and she does not win. And I think a lot, if you really think about it, Becky has been a thorn in Liv Morgan's side as far as Liv Morgan potentially winning these big matches. You look at one of the matches that happened a couple of months ago, Elimination Chamber. It came down to Becky and Liv. Becky got the upper hand and hit the manhandle slap to get the 1, 2, 3 to ultimately eliminate Liv Morgan and move on to WrestleMania to face Rhea Ripley. Then they have a match on Raw where Liv lost, but still had a great showing. And then you have the Battle Royal where, um, you know, it came down to those two once again, and then Becky wins. And if you want to go all the way back, the first time Liv competed for the women's championship was against Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch did cheat by holding the ropes when the ref was not looking to get the upper hand, and that proceeded to have a match at day one where Becky Lynch won. So that's 5 times where Becky Lynch has gotten the upper hand on Liv Morgan. So Liv Morgan is going to go come out there and she's going to want to give everything and she's going to do whatever she can do to win that championship. I think she will. And I think this is a way to kind of have Becky go off and do other things. And plus, she has not re-signed at the time recording this video. She has not re-signed a new WWE contract, and stuff like that. I do think she's going to re-sign, but she hasn't re-signed just yet. And then another thing I think a lot of people have been saying, this whole stuff with Liv and Dom and the Judgment Day, I think that's gonna possibly play a factor as well. If potentially, I think if you go back to Raw last night, Liv Morgan arrived on Raw, and who was in the same vehicle as her? Finn Balor. And where's Finn Balor? Who is Finn Balor aligned with? The Judgment Day. Who is Dominic aligned with? The Judgment Day. There's so many tie-ins with Liv and Balor going back to 2022, where they were pretty much tag team and going up against the Judgment Day when the Judgment Day first took form. And then you could see this whole revenge tour where Liv has been saying she wants to take everything. If she's taking everything, she's going to want to take the championship and she's going to want to take the Judgment Day, because that is what Rhea cares about. She cares about the people in Judgment Day. She cares about Finn Balor. She cares about Priest. She cares about JD. She cares about Dom. She cares about those guys because she has a attachment with those guys. And she comes back and she sees the complete landscape has changed, and Liv Morgan is with the people that she considers family, and the people that she considers family is pretty much with her biggest rival right now. That's going to make some great, interesting storytelling. Let me tell you. But I'm sorry I kind of rambled on too long about that. I just wanted to put those little bits and pieces together, and stuff like that. But I do think Liv Morgan will become your women's world champion. The next match we got to talk about is a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. We have Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. Now, last night, we did see Chad Gable did get the upper hand and did win against Sami Zayn with the help of none other than Otis, because Otis got involved when the referee was not looking. He clocked Sami Zayn, allowing the opening for Sami Zayn to lose at the hands of Chad Gable. So they've been they're planting seeds and stuff like that. And you did see we got the first interaction between the Creed brothers and Chad Gable, and I'm pretty sure this is going to lead to all three of them, maybe even Ivy Nile, possibly all joining and becoming a faction. I think that's the route that they're going to be going in. Um, but with this match, I do think Sami Zayn will retain the Intercontinental Championship just because he did lose on Raw, and I do think that what's gonna happen is gonna be a situation where Bronson Reed is gonna be the one to take the pin. I think he's going to be the one to take the pin. I could see a situation to where the Alpha Academy tries to come down and try to help Chad Gable, but it ultimately is the downfall of Chad Gable to where he's taken out and he's not pinned, but he's not in the decision to win the match. So I do think that's going to be something that will happen. And plus, he did tell Otis, I booked your ticket to King and Queen of the Ring for Saudi Arabia. So you could tell that he is going to be there. I don't know if all of Alpha Academy will be there, but you can tell that Otis for sure is going to be there. So I do think that is what's going to happen. But I do think what we're leading to is Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable one-on-one. And then when we do get them one-on-one for the championship, then Chad Gable gets his moment and becomes Intercontinental Champion. So I will say Sami Zayn will retain the Intercontinental Championship. And then the main event of the evening for the WWE Undisputed Championship, not for the WWE and United States Championship. No, we will be getting Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Undisputed Championship against Logan Paul. Now, originally, a lot of people were alluding to the fact that this could be a champion versus champion winner take all match, and that was alluded to, and it was supposed to be the plan, but they kind of pivoted and now it's just for the WWE Championship. Um, I do think I think this is one of the matches that if it wasn't predictable, it was it was unpredictable before because we couldn't didn't know which route they were going to go. Where they were going to have a DQ finish, where they're going to actually put the US Championship on Cody Rhodes and have him hold the WWE Championship and the US Championship. We didn't That's where a lot of people were kind of alluding to, but now since the US Championship is not in the picture anymore, I think this match is kind of somewhat to be more predictable now than ever. And I will say Cody Rhodes will retain. I don't think Logan Paul will win this championship, and I can see a situation where after we finally get to see the debut of the Wyatt Six that's been teased for quite a couple of weeks and almost months now. I think this is where we finally potentially could see the debut of the Wyatt Six. But comment down below, let me know. Like I said earlier in the video, what are your predictions for King and Queen of the Ring this Saturday? Who do you guys having? Who do you guys have winning King of the Ring? Who do you have winning Queen of the Ring? Who do you guys have winning the matches? And everything like that. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, but the ultimate goal is 10K. Once we do hit 10K, I will be doing a giveaway where one of you lucky fans will have the opportunity to win a WWE Championship from WWE Shop. So if you want an opportunity to start your collection or add to your collection, go subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free. You can always change your mind in the future. But why would you want to do that? I'm pretty much trying to give you guys daily wrestling content and stuff like that. So please go super kick that like button. Helps my channel get pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing over here on YouTube. Superman Punch, that post notification bell, so every time I'm posting a video, whether it's a reaction video, rant video, live stream, prediction video, any type of video, you can be in the loop of things when I do drop a video. And also spear the subscribe button. It takes 3 seconds out of the day to do those 3 things for me. It helps out in the progression of my channel, and it helps out in the long term of my channel as well. So please go do those things for me. I appreciate every single one of you. Hope everybody has a great day, a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.